All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is September 9th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. Let's do the BYOB Market Wrap Up. Let's take a look at some charts. All right, for first chart for today, we'll look at SPY. SPY on the daily chart, still in an uptrend. All right, is pulling back, but still in an uptrend. Price action for today. Got an inside day, closing inside the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. On the 2-hour chart, you can just see it just barely. We got ourselves a 2-hour uptrend beginning right there. We have a 2-hour cross, and then I see a vacuum of air right between the 8 EMA on top of the 8 EMA. Okay, so that's the vacuum of air between the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA, okay? Still underneath this 17 EMA, still underneath that downtrend line. If we look at the 10-minute chart, here's the price action, here's the downtrend line, otherwise known as diagonal resistance. Price action did a little machine trend all the way up there. Then did a little machine trend all the way back to all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line. Then we bounced off of that to come back and challenge the downtrend line. So we'll see where we go from there. Looking like a head and shoulders setup. We'll see what happens. They'd have to break this neckline, and we could see a fall back down to test these lows right here. So there's 10-minute chart, 10-minute uptrend, 2-hour uptrend, daily chart uptrend on SPY. All right, so today's price action kind of, let's go see a VWAP here. Okay, you can see we're up over VWAP here, then we came under it, then we went back over it, then we came under it, then we came over it. Really choppy day. There was a trade from here up to there. It looked kind of, how do I say it? Didn't have much confidence in that trade, all right, because we just didn't break through the downtrend line, so didn't have much confidence other than to take it up to that downtrend line. On also minor resistance right over here. You can see we've got some minor resistance as price action comes up to minor resistance right there. All right, so there's the day for SPY, and this was a green erases red day. We had a little trade right here, ended quickly, had a pull back to VWAP, then we had a trade that I wasn't real fan of, and then we had a drop back down to VWAP right through here, which I was a fan of that, just couldn't get the follow through afterwards. Kind of got held up by the all-time high anchored VWAP. Came in and the bulls supported the price action right through there. Still haven't broken that downtrend line. We're still bearish on the smaller time frames, but we'll see what happens on the bigger time frames. We still have an uptrend, but we are pulling back. So we'll see where we go from there. Again, we've got a little trend right through here. And if we break that, well, you can guess what? We're coming back down to check the open gap, probably fill that gap and probably check the pre-market lows down here at around 537, 538 or so underneath here. All right, we'll see where those pre-market lows are. If I can find a chart right there. And pre-market lows for today were, well, we were down here in the post-market over here. So here we go. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's SPY. Let's go back and take a look at QQQ. All right, so QQQ for price action for today on the daily chart. Remember, SPY was an inside day closing inside a bearish trap. QQQ on the daily chart right here. Again, big red candle, possibly the end of the move here. This could have been the end of the move, and then that was the exclamation point on it. So here's QQQ on the daily chart. QQQ putting in an inside day, not quite as strong as SPY, closing underneath, bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA, still in an uptrend till it breaks this low right there. So there's QQQ. IWM still in the same downtrend till it breaks that high up there. Either that makes a higher low over here and then creates a higher high. Either one, right now, still in a downtrend, move up and a pull back. So IWM still in a downtrend, price action. Inside day, lower high, higher low, closing under, bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. So IWM still in a downtrend. Diamond Dow still in an uptrend. It became in an uptrend when it took out that high. Diamond Dow price action for today. Inside day, that's a lower high and a higher low, closing looking like it's over the bearish trap and over the 17 EMA there on Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow still in an uptrend. QQQ uptrend. SPY uptrend. IWM no uptrend there. Now let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU still in an uptrend. FNGU price action got an inside day as well with a lower high and a higher low, closing underneath a bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Need FNGU to kind of spin things around here, all right, because they got all the heavyweights in the FNGU, and if they don't get going in the other direction, they're just going to jerk the markets, the indices, the indexes down with it, especially QQQ and SPY. Not so much Diamond Dow and Russell 2000. Let's take a look at T2122. All right, so we popped out of the oversold zone straight into this sell zone, the seller's chop zone, made a higher low, found our way up into the buyer's chop zone, and kind of melted off all day from there. Just a melt off all the way back down here. So there's T2122. T2123 on the 15-minute chart. You can see not much, failed to make higher highs, so not much bullish price action. Just that machine trend in the afternoon that brought us up to this peak right here. And then we had a machine trend selling it into the close right here. So there's some T2123 with a little rally, I guess, in the big cap stocks near the end. We'll take a look at FNGU, see if they got a little pop on the last two candles there. So there's T2123. Price still underneath this rising 200. Not a good sign. Like to see it back up on top of it. Like to see it back up over the prior all-time high. So there's price action, and you can see we digged out a lower low than what we made earlier today. So price action, digging out a lower low, not looking good for the bulls. All right, so there's T2123. Nice thing is we got this 15-minute 200 SMA right up in between these two prior all-time highs. That part's good, but got to get price up on top there, so we can get some force field to push price higher and higher. So we'll see what we get from that. T2123, 3-bar chart, 3 more red candle bars right here on today's price action. We got CPI coming out on Wednesday at 8:30. That's the main event this week. So here's T2123, a little bit of 3 more red candle bars. Price action caught in between 2 prior all-time highs right there. Still got that rising 200 SMA, still a whole lot of space between price action and this rising 200 SMA. Like to see this rising 200 SMA up inside these, between these 2 prior all-time highs right there. Now, T2123, not too long ago, just put in new all-time highs on September 3rd, and we're only on September 9th right now. So you can see, not bad for T2123. We are definitely bullish. We're not far from those all-time highs. If FNGU could get in gear, we could have pretty decent, robust rally, but we need some participation from probably technology, obviously, because that's some of our heavyweights there. So here's the price action for FNGU today. Okay, so a little pop at the beginning of the day, then come back down here, check the bottoms again. All right, they checked them once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. All right, came back up here, failed to make a higher high, came back down, floated underneath VWAP here, and you can see here's that pop at the end of the day that came from. It came from the FNGU because it certainly didn't come from the Russell 2000 or the small cap stocks. As you can see, the price action for the end of the day for T2123 was provided by the New York Stock Exchange, unweighted stocks right through here. You can see the selling and them digging out lower lows and lower lows right there. FNGU was the whole reason we had a nice pop today. So into the close, something looks different. Right there. Okay, so there we go. So there's the pop. We got 3 green candle bars coming in kind of up here over close. So price action for FNGU, they got to get up over this high. Okay, they got to get up over this high, got to get up over this high, and got a lot of work to do. Got to chase down that breakdown candle over here, which is a lot of work to them to do right now. Currently sitting, we have a bear flag. That's what we have, and looking like lower is more of the possibility than to climb up on top of this falling 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. You can see here's our 200 SMA kind of hooking over and forcing price down further and further and further. So we'll see what happens. There's FNGU, all right, and then we already did T2123. Let's go back and take a look at some other charts. Let's take a look at precious metals. So here's silver. Silver is still in an uptrend ever since it took out this high. Price action for silver inside day. Okay, that's a lower high, higher low, closing inside. Bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Still pulling back there in silver after making this higher high right here. Still pulling back. Need them to spin it around and make another higher high. Somewhere up here around 28 would be nice. So there's silver still in an uptrend but not moving up. Gold in an uptrend and consolidating to the right. Price action for gold is an inside day, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. So gold still in an uptrend. Gold still bullish there. Much more bullish than silver. Let's take a look at energy. UNG. UNG is in an uptrend. They were in an uptrend ever since they took out that high. Came in, set a higher low right here. Still haven't made that higher high. Yet today's price action is a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath a bearish cross underneath the 17 EMA. Okay, UNG, if they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend. All right, so there's UNG currently in an uptrend, not a very healthy uptrend. Looking more like a bear flag right there. So we'll see what happens with that. USO in a downtrend ever since it took out this low and this low. USO's been in a downtrend. USO price action for today, inside day. A lot of inside days. Higher low, lower high, closing under bearish trap under the 17 EMA. So USO in a downtrend. This usually happens, these inside days leading into CPI or an FOMC announcement or Mr. Powell speaking or sometimes GDP. You get these inside days. And let me just say, that's price action probably going to wind up here and let loose come Wednesday morning. And we'll see where it wants to go from there. Hopefully they can decide whether they're going to give us some rate cuts. We'll see what they want to do. They haven't said anything. They said they're on the table, but nothing's been signed yet. So there's USO. Let's take a look at SMH. Okay, you can see here's SMH with a deep pullback still in an uptrend. till it takes out this low right here. Took out this high right there, so that put it in the uptrend. Still just pulling back and melting off. Another inside day for SMH. Hopefully that was the end of the move there, that last big red candle down. And then this would be the exclamation point on the end of SMH. And therefore price probably going to make a higher low coming out of here and start working its way back up to these highs to challenge. There's SMH still in an uptrend, but not moving up yet. Okay, it's moving up, a little bit today. All right, but a lot of damage was done on Friday. So we'll see what happens with that. XLK Technology, same deal. Same thing. It's been in an uptrend since it took out this high. Price action, you can see, has moved up. And since taking out that high, just kind of melting off. Again, there's the big red candle. The little consolidation. Then you've got the exclamation point. I like to see this start moving up. Price action. Guess what? Another inside day, XLK. All right, so looking for price action to start turning around. I can see a little bit of a turnaround right here, but I don't see any trends breaking yet. So got to see those trends start to crumble, especially those downtrend lines. Let's take a look at XL. Let's take a look at XLI. Here's our industrial sectors, and you can look back. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. They made new all-time highs. Okay, price action is bullish. They are in an uptrend because they took out this high and made a higher high. All right, even though they made a lower low down here, they made a higher high. Price action for today, not quite the inside day. Maybe, maybe not. No, definitely not. All right, higher high, higher low, closing inside bearish trap over flat 17 EMA. XLI still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XRT. Here's XRT, price action for XRT. Still in a downtrend, just kind of looking a lot like IWM. Here's a move up and then pulling back. They failed to make a higher high up here. So that places them in a downtrend. So they've been in a downtrend since they broke that low and that low right there. So XRT, that's our retail ETF sector right there, retail sector. So there's price action, still in a downtrend and producing yet again another lower high. Pressure will be on the bears to produce that lower low. XRT still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at XLF. All right, here we are with XLF is in an uptrend. If you look back at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, we made a new all-time highs for XLF. So we do have a lot of bullishness still left in the market up here. Looking at T2123, XLI, XLF. SPY is not moving in the right direction, but is still technically in its uptrend. So we'll see what they want to do with that. Same with FNGU. FNGU having those FNGU, SPY, QQQ having those harsh pullbacks. So here's XLF again, looking like probably inside day here for XLF. It's a lower high, higher low, closing over bullish cross over the 17 EMA. XLF still in an uptrend. So we got XLI uptrend, XLF uptrend, SMH uptrend, technology XLK uptrend. But the problem is they're all having pretty harsh pullbacks right now. Except for XLF and XLI, they're just having mediocre standard pullbacks right now. It's the technology sector and the semiconductors that are getting kind of hammered right now. So there's XLF. Let's take a look at IYT. It's transports. Transports putting in, inside day. Lower high, higher low, closing. Inside bearish trap over the 17 EMA. Transports. It looks like a big bull flag right there. A little bit long with the fabric there. Maybe it's time to start shooting off to the upside. We'll see. So there's a big bull flag there on IYT. IYT in an uptrend since they took out this high right over here. They would have to break this low in order to get into a downtrend. Either that or create a higher low and then head down below that. So there's the markets for today. Okay, today was a pretty good day for me. A little hectic there at the end, looking like it wanted to break down. We had T2123 kind of heading south, so I thought maybe stocks would be selling off, but we had FNGU. You can see right here, decided it wanted to be a bull going into the end of the day. And you know, FNGU typically, it's the leash that jerks the market. Doesn't matter what the other, 490 stocks are doing on the S&P 500. If these 10 want to move up, they're going to jerk that index right along with it. So that's what happened going into the close. Other than that, we had T2123, like I said, on the 15-minute chart, heading in the southern direction, looking like a sell-off was kind of imminent right back to the pivot. So that's T2123. All right, so that's it for today. I want to let you guys know tonight, Doug's going to be doing a pop out of the box webinar. All right, so it's free. It's in the free room. If you don't know how to get to the free room, let me show you. All right, just bear with me, okay? And come up here and you open up your hit and run candlesticks website right there. Okay, it says free room login right up there. Okay, free room login right up at the top. Free room login. Click that. Fill out the registration or the username, and you can get right in. All right. So there's the free room login, and that's how you find the webinar tonight. And I think that's at 8 o'clock. All right. If you want to hang out with that. If you don't, I'm pretty sure Doug's going to have it recorded. Don't know when he'll get it on up and viewable, but he will record it. Most of them do record. Most of us do record most all of our webinars. We try to. All right, we try to get them uploaded as quickly as possible, but we'll see what happens. I would expect he'd probably get it recorded and uploaded within a day or two. So give him a little time in case you can't make it tonight. It should be a recording available soon. All right, so there's the free room. Oh, and if you want to find some of those, hey, let's just go. Let me just show you where to find some of those webinars. Okay, you go to your membership page. All right, and members e-learnings right here. Okay, so there's member e-learnings. And I know under resources we have public webinars replay right there. Okay, so that's under resources, under the public webinar. Now, if you're not a subscriber of all three of our YouTube channels, be a good time to get subscribed. That way you don't have to wait for this over here. Not to say it's going to lag at all. It's very good at getting them uploaded. So, but anyways, you can check out all the new content that comes out from all three of us if you subscribe to each one of our YouTube channels. So I encourage you to do that if you want to. All right, so that's it for today, guys. All right, hope to see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. We'll see what happens. We got the NYSE selling off while the FNGU looking like it wants to rally. So we'll see what happens tonight. No big earnings. We do have Oracle comes out tonight. So we'll see what they do. There's a possibility we could break the downtrend if Oracle decides to get bullish. We'll see what it wants to do. Let's go see what Oracle's doing now. Probably won't report. Oh, Oracle's already busy moving up. So that'll definitely move the SPY up with it right there. Okay, so that should probably, You can see the SPY getting dragged up with it when Oracle, when you get one of those big cap stocks reports good numbers and price action takes off, well, typically drags the indexes with it, especially those big cap stocks. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's it. That's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock. All right, everybody have a wonderful evening.